Well, we are obviously in fall. Grandma Roseanne is all decked out, the front yard, my dining room table, and my pumpkins here. And what I made was a fall soup, and it's a butternut squash, roasted, and you don't put it in the pot, you don't put it on the stove. It's a really cool way of doing it, and I want you to watch it because I think you'll like it. If you like vegetables, or if you have to cook for vegetarians, I have friends who are vegetarians. This is right down their alley. So I hope you'll join me, and I do hope you'll give it a try. Come on in. We're cooking now. Hi, it's Grandma Roseanne, and we're going to make a roasted vegetable soup that has a beautiful cheese flavor to it, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Talk about healthy, talk about nutritious and delicious. Now, we're gonna start with roasted garlic. Now, what I did is I put my oven at 375. I took a bulb of garlic, cut maybe the top fourth off of it, poured a little bit of olive oil in, and I got that process started a little bit early. So it has been roasting about 15 minutes because I felt the garlic needed a little bit more time. So let me pull it out. Now, I made a soup just like this, and it was a tomato soup. You guys, if you haven't tried it, go try it. I honestly will tell you it was one of the best tomato soups I have ever eaten. So now I'm going to get ready for the vegetables, and I have all the peppers here. I've already cut them, just chunked them up, okay? So I have red, yellow, and orange. If you like the green, you go ahead and use the green. I just like the milder flavors. I have an onion that I have just chunked up. Cauliflower that's chunked. You see, all of this just took just minutes. And I have one rather large potato. Now, this is a butternut squash soup. So what I did is I went to the grocery store this morning and I saw the container like this of butternut squash, and it was $5, and I thought, that's a lot. I don't need to spend that much. I can cut my own squash. So I went over and I picked up a butternut squash, and I thought, let me just check. So I put it on the scale, which is something I seldom ever do, and it weighed almost the same as this, and I would have saved 50 cents if I would have bought the squash, peeled it, seeded it, chopped it, cut it, and you guys know how hard squash is to work with. For 50 cents, I'm in. So, butternut squash is in. Now I'm going to liberally add the olive oil. And remember, I've already got the garlic in there. Now I'm going to add some salt, some pepper, and just a touch of onion powder and garlic powder. Just a bit. Okay. Ooh, that smells good. I love onion and garlic. We want to give this a very, whoa, I've got parchment paper in there. I forgot I had it in there. Wait till you see how this soup comes together. You are going to be very impressed. Parchment paper is costing me more trouble than it's worth, so I'm going to get rid of it. Doing this with your hands, you're able to really tell that everything is well coated. Now, I am going to put some feta cheese in here. I'm putting, how many ounces is this? I'm using a half, using about 4 ounces of feta. I'm reconsidering some of the parchment. I don't want the feta right on my cookie sheet. I would rather have it here because I think I'm going to be scooping some of that up. Okay. All right. I think that looks pretty spectacular. And we'll see how we're coming on them. All right, I will return. It's been 40 minutes and our vegetables are perfect. I just took a toothpick and I went through and just tested them and they are perfect. Now, sometimes my camera goes on strike, and it did, because at 25 minutes I pull this out and I just put in some herbs. I put in some thyme and some chives. And then I gave them a little bit of a spritz with the olive oil and stuck it back in for the remainder of the time. However, my camera didn't turn on. Now, some of you might think that's an operator problem, and it probably was. So I put them on just so that they have just a few minutes to add some flavor. Now for the interesting part. One moment. So we're going to take all our beautiful vegetables, put them into our blender, and I'm pulling out the herbs. I don't want those in anymore. The entire 4 ounces of cheese goes in. And we will take our garlic. We'll take the garlic and just squeeze it in, just like that. It's gonna be good. Now I have about a half a cup of water here. I'm going to put in just about a fourth of a cup. If you'd like to use some chicken broth, you can. Some vegetable broth, you could use just water. You can use cream in here. I'm going to finish the soup off with cream, but I'm not putting any in now because what I'm going to do is can what is left over here. After what we enjoy today, then I will can the rest, and you can't can it if you have dairy in there. Okay, I think we need a little bit more liquid. It's important to take a taste of it, see if it needs any adjusting. And for my palate, it does. It needs a little bit more salt. Now this is to taste, you guys, so I'm not giving you measurements because it's whatever is good for you. And a little bit of extra pepper. I'm going to put in just a little bit more water. And we're going to see how we are at this stage. That is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay, our blender soup is done, and it's time for the taste test. And I just know it's going to be beautiful. So excellent, so filling and so nutritious. You can taste all of the vegetables in there. You can taste the cheese, the garlic that's been roasted. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. And I think it's a beautiful fall accompaniment to any dinner, or it can be the main course. For me tonight, it's the main course. So thank you. I'm not going to leave the ingredients below, you guys, because it's just all the vegetables you like. That's it. Just the vegetables you like. The only thing that I will add that you may not have is 4 ounces of feta cheese. That was it. And then depending on the thickness that you like your soup, you can continue to add more of the broth or the water that you're going to be using, or if you're using heavy cream or half and half or milk, whatever you're using. But it's really super delicious, and I'm excited to have this for dinner. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, come back. Love having you. Bye. This is good.